Hey everybody, this is my 29-gallon miscellaneous tank, and I just came down here for an evening feeding and to look around, make sure everybody was doing okay, nothing was amiss in any of my tanks. And I'm watching my larger angelfish here, the one that I always had assumed was male, but now I'm beginning to suspect is female. And she's doing the thing she did before. It looks like she's grooming the filter intake by pecking at it with her mouth. It looks like she's trying to clean it and prepare it for a spawning site, but then at the same time she seems to act as though she's trying to lay eggs or something. Now this is the one that I thought was constipated before because it was so bloated, but then went through this sort of motions of laying eggs. I never saw any eggs deposited, I never saw anything change, but she was suddenly no longer bloated and fat anymore. So I'm not really sure what happened then, and I'm not really sure what I'm seeing now, because this angelfish here closest to us is not showing any interest whatsoever. So I'm getting no impression that they're a mated pair, even if it's two females, you know, just going through the motions. It seems like she's over there flying solo, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but it was interesting enough that I thought I would get it on video. So I'm just going to assume that she is female, and whether she's got a mate or not, she's simply going through the motions of spawning. So she's about 4 years old. I did lose one in this tank this week. I did have my small mixed veil in here. Not the one that this large one was being aggressive towards. The one that this larger one was being aggressive towards was the medium-sized one that's still in the tank. So I suspect that the one that I lost this week was simply due to old age. She wasn't that old, but she's about 4, maybe 4.5 years old, somewhere in that. I lose track of time, but I've had her for quite a while. She's been around, or she had been around since my early days. So suffice it to say, she went through some kind of rough training, you know, in my or rough treatment during my early days when I was in my learning curve, and you know, I made mistakes with all kinds of stuff. So the fact that some of these earlier fish that I've got are still with me kind of surprises me, and a lot of the fish that are in this tank are some of my oldest fish. And so for her making it 4 years, I call that a success. You know, she was a mixed veil from a big chain pet store and went through my, you know, learning curve early fish keeping treatment, and she still lived 4 years. So that's pretty good. This one, however, is definitely going through some kind of spawning, egg laying motion, whether she's actually depositing any eggs or not. So again, just found that interesting. I thought I'd spend a few minutes getting this on video. Please subscribe, that way you won't miss anything I got coming up. I am working on a few things right now. I'm retreating my black ghost knife fish tank for cyanobacteria. I already did it last week, but that did not actually get it all, so I'm probably going to shoot a little video about that. And I got a few other things going on in some of my other tanks, so if you're subscribed, you won't miss any of that. There's a nice little look at my frogs. So don't forget, this is my 29-gallon miscellaneous tank. This is not my angelfish tank proper. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching it, and I will see you real soon on the next one.